Hey there, my name is John Stevenson. Welcome to the Guaranteed Retirement Guy Show. Today, let's talk about a portfolio of $5 million and whether or not it matters to get any guaranteed income. Okay, because maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. I work with a lot of people that have this type of asset base, and it just depends on what your goals are. So let's explore that together. All right, so just a quick disclaimer here. I sell annuities. This is how I make my money. And some people will reach out to me and feel like they're going to be sold something, and I'll just tell you right now, you're not. This video is just to show you what is possible, okay? And I always tell people, if you're looking for guaranteed income, go to my website, johnstevenson.com, and use my calculators, okay? It will show you exactly what kind of income you can get and it will show you guaranteed numbers. Okay. So, and then if you feel comfortable, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. You can book a Zoom meeting right there. You can also book a Zoom meeting right below this video. But really what I want to share in this video is just what can $5 million do? And should you really invest all of it, or what would a portion of it do? Like, we'll go through all the numbers. So, if you have $5 million saved for retirement, you're in a great spot. As you know, there's a lot of people that have hit this milestone, and they have a lot to be proud of. And a lot of people would love to hit this, and they're still in a good spot, even if they're at like 1 million or 2 million or 3 million. But 5 million, that's a lot, and that is a decent amount to generate whatever income you might need, even from treasuries, right? Treasuries right now are paying between 3 and 4%, at least as of this video. Okay, that's still a decent income that you can get from that. It's not very high, but it's still a decent amount, right? You can throw it into bonds. You can buy municipal bonds. You can buy dividend stock. Okay, all of those have different risk factors, though. Okay, you've got market risk. You have interest rate risk. With annuity contracts, it's a contract. You're buying it for peace of mind. You're buying it as a pension. And it's very similar to like Social Security or another pension that you might have. It is guaranteed, it's contractual, and a lot of people with your asset base will use a portion of their portfolio to buy that income for themselves. Okay, and if you're thinking, well, I've got $5 million for an annuity and I want lifetime income from that because I've got $10 million, then you could do that too. You could put $5 million into that, and you can leave the other $5 million out to invest and to let sit and grow in other ways. And a lot of times this is very popular with people who are wealthy because they are looking for guaranteed income. They're looking for that certainty, and it allows them to think clearly when they want to invest their other money elsewhere and be a little bit more aggressive with it because they know their income is covered. All right. So I'm going to share my video and let's kind of work through this together. Now, you might be watching this thinking, okay, John, that's great, but I've got 500 grand. Okay. How will this work for me? A lot of people with $500,000 still do quite well with annuity contracts. Okay. You just use my calculators, see what you need, and you can play with the deferral periods. You can decide whether it's single or joint. It just depends on your goals, but people can generate a lot of income regardless of where their wealth lies. All right, so this is someone who is in South Carolina. They're 62, their spouse is 63, and for this example, they're going to take income in 8 years. So 8 years, they're going to be 70, 71. They're just in a spot where they don't need it. They want to leverage high income later, but right now, they might be highly paid right now, and they're thinking, I want to leverage this $5 million for high income later, okay? Because I'm good right now, but I want to leverage it for high income later, and this can work very well. All right, so looking at that, and this is joint, here are the payouts. So you got North American, you got Midland, Nassau, EcoTrust, and so on. Okay, Nationwide, a lot of good companies. So if we go up to the top, of course, North American, they're the top option, and they're A+. They're 140 years old. They're a good company. So $712,000 is pretty good too. So you look at that and say, okay, well, what does that look like? Obviously, if you left it in the stock market, you could probably make more money with it. Yes, absolutely. But you're not doing it for that. You're doing it for income. That is the only reason you're doing it. Okay. So they're showing you your money is going to give you $18 million in income by the time you're 95. If you live longer or your spouse lives longer, then you continue to get that income. Is it the highest growth product? No. You're buying a pension. Okay, you're buying an $18 million pension. That's what you're doing. Okay, you're not doing it for growth because you're not getting a lot. Look at the growth here. It's not a lot. They show it growing to like 5.7 million. Not a lot. Okay, if you want to take your money out, I suppose you can. But what you're buying is a benefit base that's growing at 8%. Okay, and that's compounded every year and grows to 9.2 million multiplied by 7.7, giving you 712 grand. Okay, you can see here the rider charges, they're substantial, they're high, right? And you don't have to pay these. You could buy a product that pays you like 2/3 or even half of what this income is, and there's no rider charges. Okay, so people buy these because they're looking for income and they don't care about the rider charges, because the rider charges and your income are going to eat away at your account balance anyways. You're doing it for the net income. That income comes to you, and the rider charges do not come out of that. All right, so I'm going to go back here and say, well, that's great, but I don't want to wait till 70. I want to wait till 65. Okay, I'm going to defer this for 3 years. Okay. All right, so 3 years. All right, 462,000. You see, North American still high, but they're not the highest option. So different carriers are better for different deferral periods. Okay, what if you just say, well, I got 5 million and I want to start income now. I'm not going to wait. I'm 62. My spouse is 63. What can we get? All right, so you can get 348 grand a year for the rest of your life. Okay, and you can start it right now. Start it next month. That's as simple as that. Now, if you are single, then the insurance company is going to pay you more because they're not on the hook for 2 lives. See, look at that. There you go. Jumps up like 30 grand. Okay. That's because they're not on the hook for 2 lives. So if you die early, your beneficiaries will get that account balance. It's not going to the insurance company. So let me go back and we'll say, well, I got 5 million, but I'm sure as heck not going to invest that amount. I'm going to invest half of it. Okay. That's still substantial. I'll say half of that. It'll just give you half the income, right? Pretty simple. There you go. $189,000. Okay. You invest it. Now you got that income floor set. You got your Social Security on top of that, and you're sitting good. Okay. You got your income coming in. You can invest the rest of your portfolio however you want. If you take 2 million of that, you put 2.5 million into an annuity, you got left 2.5 out, and you decided to keep 500 in cash and 2 million in the stock market. Well, chances are that's going to double in 7 years. Now it's up to 4 million. In 7 more years, that doubles to 8 million. Okay. You're not really hurting yourself. I mean, you're using your wealth to actually, you're using it for income. That's usually why we build it up in the first place, is for income. Otherwise, I guess if you're just growing it just to grow it for someone else, like your kids, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you kind of calculate how long did it take for you to grow that, and how many years of your salary does that represent? And did you just work for 15 years for free, right? There's just so many factors to look at. A lot of people just focus on growth, and it's so important. And I get it. I love growth too. But it's nice to enjoy it, right? It's nice to enjoy it as much as possible and leverage it as much as possible. And you could still build a ton of wealth. You can do both, is what I'm saying. So a lot of times what people do is they'll meet with advisors, and advisors will be like, well, annuities are terrible. They don't have a lot of growth or any, and you're paying high commissions. Well, the insurance company pays commissions. You're not paying the commissions. And sometimes commissions are high and sometimes they're not. It depends on the carrier. Okay. So you just have to look at all these and say, well, which one do I want? Like, I could sell you some of these on the list down here and make way more than I'll make up here. Okay. But again, here's what's available. That's what I like to do. I like to show what's available, and then you kind of decide what you want. And then that's what people do, is they'll research, they'll use my calculators on my website, and then they will research, and when they feel comfortable, they will then reach out to me, and I'm happy to help you if that's what you're looking to do. So anyways, I'm not trying to hard sell you. I'm just trying to show you, here is what's available. Here's how they work. And you kind of have to decide, is that something you want? Do you want something that's guaranteed? Because you might not. You might be thinking, I've got $5 million. I'm going to put it in a 40-60 split, and I'm going to take income based off of that, maybe do the 4% safe withdrawal rate, and I'm good with that. Nothing wrong with that, okay? This is just a way for you to maximize a lot of income from a portion of your portfolio. It's a way for you to kind of enjoy it and be able to enjoy it on a different level than you would have if you just leave it where it is. And then allow you to also enjoy it on a level where you can still have growth from the other half if you choose to do that. So this is just an example, okay? Use my calculators and kind of play with the numbers, and you'll see what the payouts will be for you and kind of what you decide to do. So happy to answer your questions. If you got comments, please comment. I'm happy to answer those questions. And of course, if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, share. I am happy to help. I won't try to sell and push anything on you. I just try to educate and show you, here's what's available. And if you feel comfortable, reach out. So Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.